the only purpose of man's sojourn on this earth is to seek God.
सब आत्मजन को प्रणाम करता हूँ. I bow to the indwelling spirit residing in all of you. To let you know that at the level of consciousness, humanity is one. And I start with the soul cry, which is the yoga, the religion, the lifestyle of tomorrow. That humanity is our uniting religion. Breath, our uniting prayer. And consciousness, our uniting God. If earth peace is to herald the dawn of the new age, then the religion of the future must have as its creed and its soul cry. Humanity is our uniting religion, breath our uniting prayer, and consciousness our uniting God. You can keep your own little segregated religions to yourself, we will not disturb it. But know that the futuristic religion of the future, the whole humanity is one religia, one binding, one being. Breath is the connectus connecti of humanity. What connects humanity? All the religions of humanity. What is the whole of humanity praying at the same time? Whether it be Zoroastrianism, or whether it be Islam, or whether it be Hinduism, or whether it be the Khalsa traditions, or the Sanatan Sikhs. What are they all praying? What are they all praying at the same time? Breath is our uniting prayer. So what connects humanity? What is the connectus connecti of humanity? The breath is the connectus connecti of humanity. If I say, Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, then you say, no, they say, Vahe Guru, Om Vahe Guru, Vahe Guru, Om Satnam Ji. I say, no, that's not the religion. La ilaha illallah, Muhammadur Rasulullah. All are good, but they don't fit the gamut, they don't connect. They don't connect humanity. So we are left with only the human breath, nefesh, shwas, ushwas, pran. मानव जैसा धर्म नहीं, देह मंदिर जैसी शान, प्राण समान पूजा नहीं, आत्मा समान भगवान. तो ये है कल का धर्म. और इस पे निष्ठा हम यदि रखेंगे और सारी मानव जाति यदि साथ चलेगी तो विश्व शांति होगी. There can only be earth peace through self peace if we unite as one people. And it is towards this end that I have come today, not to talk or to lecture to you, but this is a lecture demonstration. And therefore, if Yogiraj Gurunath has said that humanity is our uniting religion, breath is our uniting prayer, then I have to prove it to you that breath is our uniting prayer. So in today's experiential satsang, I will breathe through your breath. You haven't understood what I'm saying, right? Who hasn't understood what I'm saying? Raise your hands. You better raise your hands, because otherwise you won't get an explanation. When I breathe through your breath, I will make a sound. Boom! When I make the sound, you will already be breathing, but you will be paying attention to me. When I clap and make the sound, at that instant, my breath will enter, my prana will enter your breath, and your breath will become longer, richer, and deeper. Do you understand now? I will project, I will throw my prana, my life force energy into your breath. जब मैं अपना चैतन्य प्राण आपके श्वासोश्वास से मैं फेंकूंगा, तब आपका श्वास लंबा चलेगा. समझे आप? आदम और जादम, श्वास उश्वास, अंदर आने वाली श्वास आदम, बाहर है जादम. तो इसको मैं चलाऊंगा, क्योंकि मुझे ये सिद्ध करना है कि सारा संसार प्राण की डोर से बंधा हुआ है. और यदि मैं आपके सांसों से सांस ले सकूं, तो मैं ये सिद्ध कर दूंगा आपको कि ह्यूमैनिटी इज आवर यूनाइटिंग रिलीजन, ब्रेथ आवर यूनाइटिंग प्रेयर. मानव जैसा धर्म नहीं, देह मंदिर जैसी शान, प्राण समान पूजा नहीं. तो यदि मैं आपसे पूजा कर पाऊं, तो प्राण समान पूजा नहीं, ये तो सिद्ध हो जाएगा. समझे आप? Okay, before I start, I'm being bifurcated, so I'd like to know, how many of you don't understand English here? Everybody understands. How many of you don't understand Hindi here? 1, 2, 3. Very nice. It's comfortable. So today I'm going to explain to you first, before I start. This satsang is an experiential satsang. I have to first explain to you the science of Kriya Yoga. After I explain to you what the science of Kriya Yoga is, then I will demonstrate the science of Kriya Yoga. I will do the Kriya Yoga through your breath. Is that fair enough? And when I do this, you will say, how are you doing this? How can you breathe through all of us? This is the quality which has been cultivated by this practice, the satat abhyas, the practice of Kriya Yoga. Dear souls, Atmajan, समय बीता जा रहा है. ये क्षण आधे घंटे के बाद में होगा, वो आधा घंटा रात के बाद में होगा, ये रात सुबह ना आएगी. बस चलते चले जाना है. And this is to prepare you for the journey. So first I will explain to you the science of Kriya Yoga. And why everybody must do it. It is easy and simple. It is called the householder's yoga. इससे जरा जन्म बुढ़ापा नष्ट होता है, बीमारी नष्ट होती है. Disease, decay and death is eliminated. Narmada, the river Narmada, the gentle abrasion of the flow of the river rounds all the stones into an oval shape. Narmada का हर कंकड़ शंकर है. World, Kriya Yoga itself will suffice as a kingly offering. I will now explain to you in brief what Kriya Yoga is now become a lifestyle. It is natural to the human phenomena. Kriya Yoga is a lifestyle of how you live, because it is involved in moving your breath. The spirit within you moves the prana, and the prana within you moves your breath, and the breath within you moves your body. This is the connection of the God within you. It is called Pranapan Yajna. It is called the Shiva Shakti Anusandhan. So it is a very, very important practice in your daily life. Kriya Yoga practice is to do with the breath, the life force breath. You inhale the long breath and you exhale the long breath. There are two currents in your body which propel the practice of Kriya Yoga. One is called the pranic current. The other is the apanic current. The pranic current flows spine, up the hollow of the spine to the third eye. Called the pranic current, it evolves consciousness, and apanic current, which burns all negativity, burns past negative karma. So the pranic current evolves divine evil karma. This is also at a physical level, it's called the rejuvenant detox. Many of you are modern contemporary people. How many of you go to detox programs and all? Raise your hand. You detox yourself. Consciousness. The mud of the mind, the lassitude, the laziness, the ill health of the body, and the vagrant mind, the mud of the mind, covers the splendor of your soul. And therefore you have to, by yoga, get a healthy body, purify your mind, so that you can see the inner flame within you. There's an inner flame, an Atma, a pure consciousness, and we emotionally interact, so that body is strong. For the mental body, intellectual work, we do our office work, we do accountancy, we do our computers. So the physical, emotional and mental bodies are kept healthy every day. But what do you do for the spark, the soul? The intuitional body, which is by the mud of the mind. You put the eyes, you put the hands of your mind upon the eyes of your soul and cry that you cannot see the God within. You put the hands, is a initially Kriya Yoga purgatory process, a cleansing process, prakshalan, shuddhi, chitta shuddhi, deha shuddhi. You purify yourself by the constant breathing of prana, your mind to your mind. You have a clear mind. And when you have a clear mind, then you can see the indweller. Fir dikhta hai. Of flesh and bone, it sleeps, decays and dies. You are immortal consciousness, Lord of the earth and the skies. तो हम कहते हैं लोगों को योग अमृत प्याला प्राशन कर, योग का अमृत प्याला प्राशन कर, पहचान लो अपनी धरोहर. What is India given to the world? The greatest gift is the science of yoga. And when you breathe longer, what is the alchemy of yoga? What is the alchemy? Every individual, it has been tested and tried and counted that a normal human being breathes 21,600 breaths in 24 hours. Did any of you know this? Okay. By lengthening the breath, you are breathing less than 21,600 breaths, because you are given 21,600 breaths, which everybody knows. If you count it, you can see if you have the patience, every 24 hours. And out of that, you are given about 80 years or 90 years to live, let us say. When that finishes, Death is certain, it comes and takes away your body life. But in Kriya Yoga, what happens? You are, instead of 21,600 breaths, you are breathing only 10,000 breaths. Because you are breathing slowly. What happens to the 11,600 breaths which you have to breathe that day? What happens to that life? That life is kept in your treasure trove, in your bank balance. So now there is life. So when death comes to you at 80 years of age, life is also there. Now what is this alchemy? ये तो बड़ा बवंडर हो गया. मृत्यु तो मारता ही है और जीवन मर नहीं सकता. Life cannot die and death is certain. Life can never die. So what happens? A living person passes through the tunnel of death. Isn't that interesting?
Yes.
Right? So what happens to the alchemy of the human being who by breathing constantly Kriya Yoga, he has transformed his body into light. Why not? You are contained light. Ultimately your vibrations. What are you made of? Electron, protons and neutrons. Electron is light. Just 1 mile slower than light. So if you constantly keep purifying your mind, your body, mind and soul, what will be your end result? They will only see a light. Perhaps you will be able to see the light today when I give you the Shiva path, if I give it to you. Otherwise I may give it to only initiates tomorrow. I think I can keep that for the sincere people who come for the Kriya initiation. Then you can see the light and the colors around the yogi. Some who are sensitive can already see it now. So the yogi transforms his body into light. Now what happens? 8 years have come. You have saved some millions and millions of breath life. Death has come. Yamraj says, sorry, I have come. We have to go take you. Yogi says, Aajao. The other people, they just die, their mind goes to sleep and they die and whatever happens, soul reincarnates, whatever. The Kriya Yogi's case is different because life passing through the tunnel of death. In a normal person's case, he has surrendered, his life is finished, death rightfully comes and takes. Here it is a challenge. Here the yogi says, O death, where is thy sting? O grave, where is thy victory? O death, where is thy sting? O grave, where is thy victory? This is the greatest victory and the greatest purusharth which human beings have done, that they have conquered death. No other purusharth, no other heroic deed is greater than conquering death. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
And that every one of you have a potential to conquer death. I'm not saying that you all will, but at least you will be ushered through light instead of flip-flopping and dying in cancer or dying sitting on the cot in the toilet or while you're going to you die of unhealthy body. You can make your body healthy. The law of conservation of mass into energy and energy into light and light into consciousness. I'm speaking science here. Scientifically you can be transformed into God. So when the exciting thing that life cannot die and death is certain, so you, the living yogi, passes through the tunnel of death. A strange mixture takes place where the great cook, the great mother, is a larger image of all you mothers who cook at home with the stirring pot. The divine mother, she has to cook a certain alchemy. She mixes life with death. The great deep Amba, the great Chandi from Chandigarh. So Chandi takes her ladle and she stirs the pot, and the yogi, living yogi, is there and he's being mixed with death. And then what happens? The mixture of life and death, a certain alchemy comes, and we don't have the name for that dish. Like you have a name for dishes, no? What are the dishes? Makke ki roti and saag, or you have lasagna, or you have risotto. So this dish is called Samadhi. So taste of the Samadhi of your own being. You are hooked into an immortal being by the Divine Mother, Durga, by Chandi. O people of Chandigarh, live up to your name and be immortal. So when that life is saved, they go into, instead of dying, their pulse is this thing, but they consciously pass out of their body. This is called samadhi. And the yogi has conquered death. And then he can say, "O grave, where is thy victory? O death, where is thy sting? O grave, where is thy victory?" What a medal. What an Olympic medal. What a Paramveer Chakra. What an honor. The greatest honor and valor that you can have. And we are all trying. I am with you, I am there for you, and I will walk with you step to step. I will walk with you step to step. How can you say I will walk with you step to step? Can anybody tell me? Have I done anything to them where I give them the confidence that I am walking step to step? In their eye blink, in their breath, in their substance, in their sum, in their thoughts? Have I done anything that I can guarantee you and give you the confidence that I am walking with you step to step? What have I done? What am I going to do today? What am I going to do today? What am I going to do today? What is the experience I am giving you today? 3 experiences. What are the experiences? Tell me the experiences.
Shaktipat, Shivpat and Pranpat.
So if I am breathing through your breath, is that enough to give you a guarantee that I will look after you in your time of need? If you call me from America and your breath starts lengthening here, is that sufficient to give you confidence that the Guru can stretch out his arms? Like Yogiraj Chandra stretched out his arms and saved the baby. The younger brother was flying off. You know that story of Yogiraj Chandra? Do you know the story? That the person was flying on the horse, the younger son of Guru Nanak. And Yogiraj Chandra was the elder son of Guru Nanak. Do you know that? Have you heard of Guru Nanak? If you haven't heard of Guru Nanak, you will also not hear of Guru Nanak. Guru Nanak was much more known. He had 2 sons. He stretched his hand out and pulled the baby. So I will stretch my hand out and pull you and guide you. So this is a guarantee that I am giving you, which all these pravachakars and these kathavachaks, storytellers of Ramayana and Mahabharata, they don't give you. So here is your chance. Ride it on the high tide. Take the Kriya Yoga. This is very, very important. Very, very important. And so when you do the Kriya Yoga, you have the confidence that the Master is breathing through your breath. That's why I'm giving you the experience today. Right? So this is the alchemy of life and death, is called Samadhi. You are all destined to be God. Potentially everyone is divine. Potentially you are not this a corruptible body that sleeps, decays and dies. You are immortal consciousness. You are immortal consciousness. That's why we all give ourselves the title, we should be a lion and roar. You know, there are these Indrajit Singh, Ranveer Singh, Pratap Singh. So the Singh within you should be, we don't give a title that Pratap Bhediya, Pratap Lomdi, Ranveer Lomdi. ऐसा तो अपने टाइटल नहीं देते, अपन सिंह देते हैं. अरे हर को सिंह बनना है. तो सिंह जब सिंहनाद करो मेरे राजन, सिंहनाद. तो सिंहनाद जब आप करोगे, तब तो सब अस्तर पंजर और भुजे हिलेंगे तुम्हारे. And all the muck will fall away, and you will stand in your glory, in the light of God. Your destiny is God. Your destiny is God, dear souls. And I'm not talking for the sake of talking, because I'm going to walk the talk. I'm going to give you the experience of breath. But to the people who are receptive to me, if you let your mind interfere, I promise you, you will not get the experience. So don't sit thinkingly, sit feelingly. When you eat a gelato or an ice cream, do you think? No. You're just enjoying your feeling. So just feel the energy, okay? Feel the energy. Acha, now I have explained to you the science of Kriya Yoga, the ultimate peak where you can take it. But the problem is this, that they say that Guru Nath, there's a supermarket of gurus and yogis coming here. How can we recognize a true guru? We don't care whether the other guru is true or false. But I'll tell you the signs of a true master. If you are receptive to me even now, constantly, I've always said, be late for the lecture of a teacher, but never be late for the transformation of the master. I? So then why are we late? Because you'll miss out. तो कहाँ था मैं? What was I saying?
Experience.
Huh?
The Breath.
The breath. So the signs of a master, how can you tell that it is a Sadguru and not a Guru? Sadguru को कैसे पहचाने?
He gives you the total experience. Like he doesn't talk, he walks his talk.
No, he has to talk because people are so dumb that unless he talks, then he gives. Good. Give him a hand. Yes.
चित्त निर्लया मन होए आनंद सो सतगुरु कहिए.
अच्छा, हाँ, घर आया मेरा परदेसी, प्यास बुझी मेरे अखियन की. So when you meet your master, you say, "Arey, deja vu. I feel at home. This is it. This is my Sadguru.
Yeah.
This is my Sadguru." ये जब feeling आएगा तो you know this. But even more cruder examples is the Sadguru is constantly emitting 24/7 an energy radiation. जैसे सूरज करता है, वैसे even now if you feel and receive, you'll see a gentle energy flowing. If you come while I'm sleeping, that energy is still flowing. वो exhaust नहीं होता क्योंकि उसका भंडारा भोला भंडारी है. The Bhandara is the Supreme Guru. So his source is the Vaheguru. So the first sign of the Sadguru is that you will be radiating an energy 24/7. If you don't let your mind interfere, you sit feelingly and not thinkingly, you will feel this energy. I don't know how receptive you are. How many are feeling this energy when I came? How many can feel it now? Raise your hands. My God. Look around you others. Excellent. Excellent. Give yourselves a hand. So when you raise your hands like this humbles me with pride. I have humble pride. I am proud of you and I am humbled and very cozy with myself that I have got an excellent audience, oh Lord. They who I was thinking were in kindergarten, I am actually in the 7th standard. 7th grade students, which is wow. Very big. So first he radiates 24/7 an energy around him. When he comes in, you'll feel the atmosphere change. He doesn't have to, I can sing Ladi Lappa, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, he doesn't make a show कि रिपोर्ट लगा. कुछ भी कहा है, वो energy आएगी. Natural. The second thing, when his voice hits your ears, your thoughts automatically calm down and you feel that all other outside problems and things are very less. उसको कोई कीमत नहीं है. मेरे problems को कोई कीमत नहीं है. इस गुरु की तो सुने. वो तो कुछ दे रहा है, अपने को present दे रहा है, जिससे अपना जीवन अमृत बन जाएगा. So his face will tell, his eyes will tell, his voice will tell, because there is prana in the voice. And sometimes when I am speaking also, some of you are very sensitive, I know, because you have a vegetarian diet. The pain in the neck, stiffness in the spine, you'll automatically feel the energy. You'll straighten up and small aches and pains will go away. Anybody noticing that? In the aura of the Guru, there you go. Raise your hands right up. This is excellent, man. And without telling you, you are new, huh? And जैसे एनर्जी से सब पेन चला जाता है, you feel fixed, transfixed. Magnetism बोलते हैं उसको. So this is very, very. You have given me a gift instead of me giving you the gift. That you are receptive, and I'm sure you will receive this. So these are the signs, and then he gives pranapath, which I'm going to do with you. Shaktipath and Shivapath. Shaktipath is constant radiation. Pranapath is breathing through the breath, and Shivapath is he shares his samadhi. He shares his unmani avastha. Unmani avastha. Unmani avastha means I'm going to share my state of thought-free awareness. Thought-free awareness with you. Because when I connect with you, you will also become thought-free. Your mind will dissolve as a cube of sugar dissolves in a cup of tea, so your mind will dissolve in me. There will be no thought. This I will give tomorrow. Today I will give breathing through your breath. Okay? Is that fair enough? How many want both? How many want both today? Raise your hands. And keep raising your hands. And how many of you who raised your hands are not coming for tomorrow's initiation? Put your hands up. So those who wanted are the ones who are not coming tomorrow. So no, you have to make a little sacrifice. When I am giving you my life blood, जब मैं आपको प्राण दे रहा हूँ, तो आप 2 कदम चल के कल तो आ सकते हैं. इतना तो कर ही सकते हैं. नहीं तो फिर आपका कमिटमेंट क्या है, सिंसेरिटी क्या है, मैं कैसे जानूं कि तुम करते रहोगे ये. तो बाबा जी बोलते हैं इतना सस्ता भी मत दे देना. गुरुनाथ तुम तो उंडेल रहे हो. गुरु प्रसाद, गुरुद्वारा से गुरुद्वारा है, गुरुद्वारा से गुरु प्रसाद उंडेल रहे हो. समझे? सर के अंदर अमृत है, अमृत सर. अब वो अमृत प्राण से जाता है, श्वास से जाता है, आवाज से जाता है, जिससे आप क्योर होते हो. Even my voice, it will have a dreamy effect on your mind, and your mind gets very calm and still, and your worries melt away. How many are feeling their worries are melting away? Just raise your hands. This is fantastic. I mean, I've never taken a feedback, but this is a very, so all of you are very, you see, I thought as much. All the people who are coming to this madman's talk have to be at least half mad. Because they have to be advanced in this. Madness for God. I'm totally mad for God. You are half mad for God. God bless you. Victory is yours. You will be mad. अच्छा वैसा करते हैं. This is we are all one family. As I'm going to prove to you that we breathe the same breath. I will take some questions. आपसे कोई questions? आपके question answer.
We've collected some questions.
Yeah,
Adeshna. The first question is our karma worked out faster on earth or on the astral planes after death?
You can tell me who has asked the question. Let us, we can at least know who's asked it. It doesn't matter.
There's no name on this list.
Who has asked this question? Raise your hands. Good. Is your karma worked out on earth faster or this thing? You see, karma operates on the basic law of Newton's third law of motion. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. Now the more the friction, the more effectively karma is worked out. So the most friction is on the earth plane, where your maximum gross karma is worked out. टांग टूट जाना, सर से टक्कर लड़ाना, सर से सर टक्कर लड़ाते ना, वो लठेल लोग होते हैं, जट लोग होते थे, एक जमीन के ऊपर लड़ते हैं तो फिर लठ चलती है, तो वो ग्रॉस कर्म है. एक में को देव दनादन, उसमें तो कोई इंटेलिजेंस तो लगता नहीं, किसी की खोपड़ी तोड़ना, तो वो तो लठेल कर्म है. तो अब वो ग्रॉस कर्म is done at the gross level. Astral karma, your emotional hurts and sorrows, your joys at the astral level, and your subtle mental karma at the causal level. So you are going from states of consciousness which you work out that karma, this gross in the grosser level of the earth and the subtle in the subtler. Is that clear? Okay.
Next question, Nath, is from Geeteshwar from Sector 23, Chandigarh. When ultimate purpose of life is moksha, then why were we sent here?
Because it is not the ultimate purpose of life. That's why we are sent here. If we are already in moksha, why will we be sent here? We are sent here to climb towards that ultimate purpose of life, which is moksha. Therefore, every soul is sent through the university of life to learn its lessons, good and bad, so that it can be strengthened by its experiences Perfect them and go back to God and say, God, here your son is back with his PhD, or his hard-won gold, Olympic gold. I have come back to you. And the father says, my son, I am proud of you. Come home, and there rest in peace. But he says, you must go again as an avatar, as a prophet, to teach others and help them to come back again. You must go as the Sadguru. So they are sent back again and again. So the purpose of the soul, sown your wild seeds, had the best of wine, been to the best of countries, enjoyed all material pleasures, you are satiated. And then you want no more of this. And then you look deeper. And then you come down the descending arc, you become little ulti karke ulti pavan ko chalana hai, Kriya Yoga. So when you people are at the Krishna, you are on the ascending circle. In your past lives, you've had all this stuff. You have been kings and soldiers and warriors and travelers and all sorts of things. But now you want something deeper. समय हो गया जाने का और अब तक भी ना आए. Yet gone, O Lord, and thou hast not come. What a waste my life is. Let not any breath go waste without me having remembered thee. Ram, Ram, Ram. एक क्षण न जाए जब मैं तेरे याद न करूं. I should remember thee with every breath. सांसों की माला से सिमरूं मैं पी का नाम. राम, मा, राम, मा, राम, मा. वाहे गुरु, वाहे गुरु. Vahe Guru, Vahe Guru, Vahe Guru, Vahe Guru, Vahe. Guru is God. So therefore, when he ascends and he becomes purer, then he goes to Samadhi. And ultimately, having learned the good and bad lessons in the university of life, he goes to the ultimate point where he gets his Nirvan Niranjan Moksha. This is the purpose. And why should there be a purpose? This is the lifestyle of God. He sends his children as souls and brings them back. Next question.
The next question is from Dhara. Is seeing some totems like hooded snake or cow signify some awakening, or do we over-romanticize things while meditating?
There must have been many questions. Are you the guy who chose this question?
No, I'm just picking one question from each person.
I don't know what to make of this. Can you repeat it again? Don't be frivolous here. I don't understand this question. Just do Bhakti was be simple. Forget the totem pole and the thing, कीड़ा and मकोड़ा में. मेरी आँख पड़ती है और मेरी तड़ती आँख ये होता है ना. मेरी बाईं आँख पड़ती है. मुझे पैसे मिल रहे हैं. मेरी दाईं आँख पड़ती है. अरे मेरा हाथ खुजा रहा है. खुजा रहा है लॉटरी मिलने वाली है. ऐसे हाथ खुजाने से मिल जाए. चुप प्रयत्न करो, पुरुषार्थ करो. These are superstitions. Do not touch any superstitions, even with your little toe, unless you get the scientific explanation for it. Even I am telling you that you can transform yourself into God by the law of conservation of mass. I don't believe in God, and I don't want any of you to believe in God. Don't believe in God. I don't believe in God. Why should you believe in God? I don't believe in God. I know God. I know God. Yes, clap. Because then I know that you understand, otherwise I think I'm speaking to the wall. I just want your response. I don't want the clap, but this is the response. Now, I don't believe in God, I know God. Therefore, what should I do, Gurunath? Practice the necessary means to achieve the necessary ends. Practice Kriya Yoga and know that you are God. Right? Okay, next question.
The next question is from Kumar. Pranam Divine Guruji. What are the most important precautions for a seeker on the spiritual path?
What are the most important?
Precautions for a seeker on the spiritual path. I am eternally grateful to you for your infinite grace and your divine astral presence in my dreams. I bow down my head at your lotus feet.
So, if I am coming in your dreams and I am giving you my grace, you don't have to be nervous about any precautions. You don't have to take any precautions. Just take the positive action, not precautions. Just go ahead with determination to seek God. Incinerate your karma, burn your karma with ferocious yoga. Live fearlessly and live on the path. इंसाफ की डगर पे बच्चों दिखाओ चल के, जीवन नया मिलेगा अंतिम चिता में जल के. इंसाफ, अंतिम चिता is consuming your ego. ईगो की चिता बना दो, उसमें जल के आत्म पुरुष हो जाओ, सेल्फ रियलाइज हो जाओ. बी सेल्फ रियलाइज्ड. So precautions are the yum niyams. Those are things in every book. But what you have to be, your mind should be so bent in creating the divine essence within you that you will have no time to grumble at your circumstances. Just go ahead and meditate as though this is the last day in your life. If you meditate with that sincerity, you will surely find the Lord God much earlier than others would. Positive, positive. Be positive. Anyone from the crowd want to ask? Because Sardar Sahab cannot read
There are
the...
more questions.
Yes, Sardar Sahab is...
There are interesting ones also.
Interesting है तो इतना gap का है.
Do we bypass hell if we are practicing our Shiv Shakti and Omkar Kriya and go on to the next plane?
Yes, in the presidium of misery created by our own thoughts, which I am going to dissolve tomorrow. So, living in hell, we are creating heaven. Kriya Yoga is sitting in hell, and this is, the earth is called Mrityulok, means the land of the dead, where everybody must die. So, the earth is called Mrityulok. So if we do have hell, I can see that all of you, along with me, some portion of our life, it was really hell. Our lives, some portions, we went through so much difficulty and tension that no better picture of hell could be given to us. Is that right?
Yes.
Am I right?
Yes.
Have I guessed you right? Have I known you right? And it was hell. And you say, what can I tell others? They won't believe me. The hell that I went through. And everybody goes through it. But now you are being given the opportunity to make a heaven out of your hell. And when you do the Kriya Yoga, after you leave your body, the soul need not necessarily go to hell, but it can go to the middle space called Pitralok and then Swargalok. There are three stages. After your soul leaves this body, it goes to Ishachalok, which is Nark. Then it goes to Pitralok, Nark, Pitralok and Swarga. Nark is Inferno, Pitralok is Purgatory, and Swarga is Paradiso. Inferno, Purgatory and Paradiso. Nark, Pitralok and Swarga. And then from Swarga again he is reincarnated with a fresh bunch of his karma. Because his collective unconscious has a lot of karma, which is a little bit of each is given every life for him to work out. Now Kriya Yoga works out much faster rather than this slow process, and it purifies the body, mind and soul. Therefore Kriya Yoga speeds up your evolution. Therefore it is important. So you get out of the cycle of Punarapi Jananam, Punarapi Maranam. Punarapi Jananam, Punarapi Maranam. Of course, I shouldn't be saying these things in Punjab and Chandigarh because it's very difficult to pronounce and it's a tongue tripper. तो जीभ लड़खड़ा के वो mistake कर देती है. But it's good practice. अच्छा चलो.
At Rishikesh during February retreat, you mentioned that we can achieve moksha in 3, 6, 12 and 24 years. What does moksha mean? And how can we achieve it through the practice of Shiv Shakti Kriya And how many kriyas do we have to practice to achieve moksha?
This depends upon individual to individual. It depends upon an individual. Some are more evolved, some are less evolved. If you are less evolved and in material ways, you will take a longer time. If you are already practicing person, you will take a lesser time. So this is a general question or particular individual question asked with a general effect. So it depends upon person to person. But under ideal circumstances, if you do 144 Kriya in 25 years, you should make a good headway. So it's a 25 years old duration that in one life you will be able to see the light and enter into states of samadhi, samikalpa samadhi. And if you want to increase it faster, then the effort is all yours. You have to make the inner motivation, the inner effort. It's all the suit. You are the flame. The body is the lamp glass. It's the cleaning. Kriya Yoga is the cleaning of the lamp glass. When will I see the inner light? When the soot on the lamp glass is cleaned, then you will see. Some have such a thick layer of soot, some have such a thick layer of soot, thinner layer. So the fellow who has the thinner layer of soot will, if all things the same, he'll see it quicker than the thicker layer. But if the thinner layer of soot does not practice, and the thicker layer practices more, he will see it quicker than the guy with the thinner layer of karma. So it's all variable. It's conditional, depending on. I have lost the time. It must be nearing 8 or something, quarter to 8 or 8 o'clock or something. What's the time? 8 o'clock?
7:15.
7:15. That's good. And we have till 8.
Yes. 8:15.
Sure. Hello, excuse me. See, people try to make all my sittings and this is not very professional, you should be tidy and this and that. But I don't like that because then I'm stuck, I have this thing. So I was just going to ask, मेरी चाय कहाँ है? तुमने बताया क्यों नहीं? क्योंकि ठंडी हो गई होगी.
Just 2 minutes.
Anybody from the public want to interact? I'll make them brief. You tell me the questions.
Gurunath, Kriya Yoga is for householder yogis and you are our inspiration. How important is it for a Kriya practitioner and your disciples to be married in today's time? And also, how can one attract a spiritual partner? Thank you.
So the question is about marriage and attracting a spiritual partner, which everybody wants, right? So of course, to attract a spiritual partner, you must make the effort, practice Kriya Yoga and meditation before you approach the partner, because your magnetism will attract such a partner who is also spiritual, right? That's the way. Otherwise, it will follow the karmic law. The lady who was with you in your past life is going to come into this life. So you cannot just say attract a spiritual partner. What will you do with the lady who is who you are connected with it? जिसने वो कड़वा चौथ किया है हमारे कड़वा चौथ का क्या होगा? लेडीज बोलेगी अरे बड़े आई ये नई वाली कहाँ से? मेरे कड़वा चौथ का क्या होगा? यार हाथ बारी भगाएगी उसको, ऐसा ही कुछ होगा. I don't know what will happen. I can't get into the minds of all the ladies. वो ऐसा कहेगी कड़वा चौथ का क्या है? ये भारतीय धर्म, भारतीय संस्कृति और परंपरा है, कितना भी कुछ हो. Because the karma will bring you the proper type of wife you deserve. Sometimes the same Tukaram was there, his wife was cursing him every day and chasing him out of the house, saying he doesn't do anything. चिड़िया चुप गई थी और सब गाय चरने चली गई और खेत में चराऊ सब खा लिया. तो you shouldn't bother about that. You should just keep doing the Kriya Yoga and circumstances will adjust around you.
That's it, the question that's initially.
The questions are finished. हाँ बोलिए.
जीवन में सरल हो जाना क्या है? जीवन में सरल हो जाना क्या है?
जीवन में सरल हो जाना.
उसके क्या लाभ हैं?
सरल हो जाना. मैं दो, I'll give you two explanations. One is purely scientific and one is a simple explanation. जीवन में सरल जब हो जाओगे आप, तो आपके मन में कोई आंच पेच नहीं रहेगी. जो दांव पेच होते हैं ना, जो पॉलिटिक्स होती है, दांव पेच होते हैं. इसको इधर से मिलो, इसको मत मिलो, छोटे बच्चे को थोड़ा ज्यादा दो, बड़े बच्चे को कम दो, पार्शियलिटी. तो ये जो दांव पेच हैं और मन की जो विकृतियां हैं, विकृति और वृत्ति, इनको सीधा करना और जो अंदर है वैसे ही बाहर रहना, इसको सिधाई बोलते हैं. और इसको बोलते हैं साधु. साधु जो सीधा होता है, सीधा जैसे होता है. तो सरलता सतगुरु चरण की निर्मल गंगा, सतगुरु चरण की निर्मल धारा, मन मैला सब धोए रे, शिवा मेरे कब तुझसे नाता एक होई रे. गुरु दर्शन के प्रेम की धारा, अंग में अमृत घोले रे, शिवा मेरे कब तुझसे नाता एक होई रे. इसको सरलता कहते हैं. सदगुरु चरण की निर्मल धारा, मन मैला सब धोए. जब मन सीधा है तो टेढ़ा आड़ा होगा तो निर्मल धारा आएगी नहीं गुरु की. तो जितने सिधाई हो, सिंप्लिसिटी, सिंपल एंड स्ट्रेट, जैसे अंदर वैसे बाहर, ये सिधाई है. ये तो अपना नॉर्मल एक्सप्लेनेशन है. साइंटिफिक एक्सप्लेनेशन सरलता की. एंड द योगी determining to be one with the supreme reality sets upon the path with undivided focus on his path and practicing night and day the breathing of Kriya, the spinal breathing. He transcends into various states from meditation to Savikalp Samadhi. And from Savikalp Samadhi, the velocity of his sadhana increases, the radiance and heat of his body increases, and night and day he has no time to eat, he has no time to brush his teeth, he has no time to bathe, because his body is being transformed every time. His mind has become subatomic. From molecular mind it becomes a subatomic mind. It becomes electrons, protons and neutrons. From a subatomic mind, as he practices his Kriya, electricity of Kundalini, the subatomic mind becomes, the neutrons disappear and his mind becomes electroprotonic when he enters the state of Savikalp Samadhi, Ananda Samadhi. After Ananda Samadhi, Ananda aapne kaha tha, is not the final stage. Ananda Samadhi, he transcends the protonic stage and his ego disappears, because the electron, proton and neutron, the tamogun is neutron, proton is rajogun, which is the ego, disappears, and sattvagun is electron. And then he only with his electronic mind, which is corpuscular, his mind is just electron, and he proceeds to the final state. He sees himself as a single star, a single pointed star, and he is the electron. If he makes the effort, it is a desire, he will not pierce the star to God. And if he doesn't make the effort, he will not move, because he is making no effort. This is the dichotomy of trying to see God. If you try to see God, you cannot see God. If you don't want to see God, you won't see God. What to do? This is the philosophy. इंडियन फिलॉसफी को आप पूछ रहे हैं हमको इंडियन माइंड क्या है? ये इंडियन माइंड है, यह आप लोगों की सोच है, और ये गहरी सोच है. It is not just a balle program. It is deeper than that. The Indian mind was very, very deep. So, your mind has become an electron. From a molecular mind, from a mass of neurons and neural firings, It has become an electron. But it is corpuscular. सरल नहीं है, सीधी नहीं है. It is corpuscular. The electron is corpuscular. It is a particle still. But for the particle to become a wave, उसको सीधा करना पड़ेगा. तो जब वो उसको सरलता बोलते हैं, when the mind transforms itself into, when the buddhi sattva, buddhi transforms itself into Atma, the electron becomes the wave of light. That is saralta, and you transit from the state of savikalp samadhi of divine mind into nirvikalp saral samadhi of divine consciousness. Divine mind is Maya. Even up to seeing Sri Krishna Bhagwan or Guru Nanak appears, that's all in the divine mind. But beyond that, when you go to divine consciousness, there is no Naam, there is no Shabad, there is no Surat Naam Yog, there is no Roop, there is no Naam. So the Roop the Rab ka is Shunya Ashunya ka हैपन है. रूप द रब का कैसा है, रब का रूप कैसे है, कोई जाना है किसी ने? एक कविता में सुनाता हूँ कि सरलता, तो जब वो when you become light and you become straight, that is सरलता in scientific language. So रूप द रब का कैसे है? मैंने कहा गुरुनाथ बताइए आपका क्या अनुभव है? मैंने कहा मुझे दर्शन तो हुए सब साधु संतों, मेरे खुद के भी दर्शन है, मैं खुद के सामने आके खड़ा हूँ, मैंने प्रणाम किया, मैंने कहा बस करो अब ले चलो. तो रूप द रब का कैसे होता है? महाध्यान, महाध्यान स्थान, महाध्यान स्थान न नाद न बिंदु. महाध्यान है, न स्थान है, न नाद है, आवाज है, न रूप है, न आकार है, न बिंदु है, न समुद्र है, न सागर है, कुछ नहीं है. महाध्यान न स्थान न नाद न बिंदु. आकाश नहीं वहां काल कहां. There is no space-time continuum. How many have taken physics here? Raise your hands. How many heard of the space-time continuum? Raise your hands. How many heard of the space-time continuum? Who have you heard space-time continuum from? From me or तो मेरी गुरु बन गई तो भैया. So there is no space. वहाँ ध्यान न स्थान न नाद न बिंद. आकाश नहीं वहाँ काल कहाँ. सब शून्य अशून्य का हैपन है. ईश्वर भी निरंकार. तो ये निरंकार रूप द रब का निरंकार स्वरूप. So this is the form, pure awareness. I will give you a taste of this also. यदि मुझे नहीं होगा तो मैं तुम्हें कहाँ से दूंगा? तो मेरे पास तो होना चाहिए. इसलिए और जो लोग नहीं देते, जो उनके पास है नहीं तो वो देंगे क्या? वो कथा पढ़ते रहेंगे, प्रवचन करते रहेंगे, ग्रंथ पढ़ते रहेंगे. जो जितना जिसके पास है उतना ही है. जिसकी पहुंच जहां तलक है उसके लिए वही है तू. जिसकी पहुंच जहां तलक है, अब मैं आपको फाइनलिटी पे ले जा रहा हूं, तो जिसकी पहुंच जहां तलक है उसके लिए वही है तू. वही सदगुरु का हाल है. आप मेरे को दोस्त समझो, मैं आपका दोस्त हूं. आप मेरे को गुरु समझो, मैं गुरु. आप मुझे सदगुरु समझो तो मैं सदगुरु. दोस्त समझो तो कुछ नहीं मिलेगा. चाय पीते रहेंगे अड्डे पे, इधर उधर चाट मसाला खाते रहेंगे, चंडीगढ़ के चाट मसाला दोस्तों के साथ. तो बस अब ये मैंने समझा दिया सरल का. अब बताइए.
न चाहिए.
नहीं हाँ पूछिए.
सर एनलाइटमेंट का क्या मतलब है और वो कैसे पा सकते हैं?
चाह कर राखो जी. एनलाइटमेंट यानी अंदर से जब बत्ती लगती है उसको बोलते हैं एनलाइटमेंट. आपकी बत्ती जब होने लगेगी अंदर से,
मतलब वो फाइनल स्टेट है, मतलब हमारा उद्देश्य उसका होना है.
फाइनल स्टेज है. उसको कैवल्य बोलते हैं अपनी भाषा में. Where there is not a single thought in your mental sky. चिदाकाश में एक भी विचार जब नहीं होगा, जब चाहो तब आप उस विचारों को रोक सकते हो, तब आप सद्गुरु हो। ये एक और भी सद्गुरु की पहचान है कि न केवल वो खुद के विचार रोक सकता है, और उसके विचार जब तो रोकता है तो आपके विचार भी रुक जाते हैं। ये यदि न करे, दूसरा प्रवचनकार यदि आए चंडीगढ़ और ये न कर पाए तो छोड़ के मत जाना, उसके सत्संग को सुनना, पर ये मन में जान लेना कि वो सद्गुरु नहीं है। Have I given you more than definite answers? कोई नहीं है। ये जो हजारों 20,000 लोग जो आते हैं, it is a mass showmanship। अपने को उसको हटा के अपना काम अपने को करना है, इसी जन्म में पा लेना है। और एक एटीट्यूड आपको रखना है, सतत अभ्यास से क्रिया करना है, और ये ध्यान में रखना है तेरे कांटों से भी प्यार, तेरे फूलों से भी प्यार, जो भी देना चाहे दे दे तारनहार, क्योंकि तुझे मालूम है कि मुझे क्या चाहिए। You know, you have to say, give me whatever it is, because you know what is best for me. You are working out my karma. Why should I waste my time banging my head on a brick wall? It's not going to do me any good. I must get on with the job in hand. Don't grumble over your circumstances. Put it aside, and you got to do what you got to do. Move on. Snap out of it. Snap out, and get on with the job in hand. अरे मेरा ये हो गया, मेरे पैर ही दुख रहा है, फेंक दो यार पैर दुख रहा है 100 बार तो कह रहे हो, मेरा ये मैं बैक इज पेनिंग, मेरा ये। अब वो इंडिया में होता है, वो लेडीज कंप्लेन करती हैं, हमारे घर में भी, इटली में भी ऐसा है। Now the children are grown up, they're giving the daughter trouble, and now my backache is not going away, Gurunath. So I said, is it really serious? He said, no, Gurunath, it's just a lady's way to complain. It's just a normal way, it's a talk, normal talk. Oh, somebody back. This is our conversation. Please don't pay attention. Don't take it serious. मुझे लगा बहुत serious, इसको बहुत बड़ी। She was discussing with another lady. इंडिया में भी ऐसा है। तो you have to get on with the job in hand. लिख के रख लेना चाहिए, बहुत दिया देने वाले ने तुझको, आंचल में न समाये तो क्या कीजिए। जो भी दे दे मालिक सो कर ले कबूल। कभी कभी कांटों में भी खिलते हैं फूल। Very important. All these songs are taken from Indian philosophy. All from Indian philosophy.
Oh, Siddhanath, what would be the difference between Om and Aum? Like AUM, like the effect? Because some gurus would like focus on the Aum instead of, and you do Om. But
No, I do 108 types. I do 108. There are 108 types of Oms. Okay? So, this is a question of a resonant frequency. Om is the mother of all languages.
OM.
All the 108 put together. It's a sacred word. So nobody can chant the whole gamut of Om in one shot in giving an example or explanation. You can only hear it according to your evolution. That Om will be heard by you. You cannot intellectualize Om. We are just for namesake to give you a guidance. This is Om. But you cannot intellectualize it unless you bathe in it, unless you understand it, unless you become it. So you have to practice it.
But
So,
yet the effect, because there's 3
I will
different
answer your
letters.
question one by one after I finish my tea. Lang, Wang, Rang, Hang, Yang, Hang. Look here. Yang, Hang, Ong, Ong, Om. So the Om is here and Ong is here. Ong. Because Ong is by the by. the word of lang, vang, rang, yang, hang, ong, these are tantric sounds. And they are in tantra as well as in yoga, and they are dynamic and producing the good and the bad results. And this om, when you finish it, is to get to the finality, to merge, to absorb in spirit. So om and om are the two basic differences. There are other differences where you can say they're all om.
Okay.
So what has Guru Nath called om? The birthing hum of creation. When the mother of the great deep gives birth to creation, जब परा प्रकृति अम्बा सृष्टि को जन्म देती है, तब that is her travail, that is her the pains that she has taken while giving birth. It's very graphic that she gives birth to creation. This is the sound of the travail. In the Bible they use the word travel. That is the mother saying, oh, she is taking pains, when the child is being born. So Omkar is the pain of the big mother's taking pains when she brings creation into being. The birthing hum of creation. That's what I call the Omkar. So it is always given. Janani माँ की ध्वनि है. जब जन्मधात्री है, जब सृष्टि को जन्म देती है, तो it's very graphic, it's very beautiful.
So you can pronounce either om or aum.
Huh?
Either om or au. You can pronounce either, depends on your state of mind and level of
No,
consciousness.
when you do om, when I give the om technique, I say om, om, om. It comes om, ga. That's what you do in the Omkar Kriya practice. We have many practices. We begin with the Omkar Kriya, then we give the Shiva Shakti Kriya, which is the prana, pan, anusandhan. In the techniques I'm telling you, the Omkar Kriya, the Shiva Shakti Anusandhan, which is the prana, pan, yajna. It is the prana, pan, anusandhan. After that we give the Nabho Kriya in the advanced, then the Mahamudra. After the Mahamudra, we give the Jyoti Mudra, which is advanced, is Shivanetra Bhedan. And then we give Paravasta, the way of the white swan. These are the techniques which are given, which form the whole circle, which help you to evolve. Techniques of Kriya Yoga. These are the techniques. Acha, now we would get on to the next phase. Any last question I can take and then get on to the next phase. आपने पूछा नहीं था मेरे से.
So some books say that only when you are ready, Sadguru will come to your life, and only when you are ready, his teachings you can observe. Only when you are ready, then Sadguru will come to your life, and only when you are that spiritual status, then his teachings you can observe.
Yes.
Is that correct, or we at any stage can receive these sort of teachings?
This is correct, but it is only half correct. The first half is when you are ready, the Sadguru will come before you and he will take you with them. And the other half is, but in spite of him coming and calling you to take the Diksha, there are many dumb souls who still turn away and go. बेवकूफ लोग भी होते हैं ना, डड्डू, वो पहचान नहीं पाते कि सद्गुरु है. It's too real, it's too good to be true. So ऐसा नहीं हो सकता, ऐसा नहीं हो सकता. ये कैसे बैठ सकते हैं मेरे सामने, कैसे आ सकता है? How can Guru Gobind Singh come and sit in front of me and talk? How can Guru Nanak be this? The same spirit which was in Guru Nanak isn't the same spirit as in this person who is breathing through your breath. If he is not Guru Nanak, he cannot breathe through your breath. वो अवस्था जो essence जो है, principle is the same principle. It is the Nanak Sadguru principle. Because Guru Nanak was the Sadguru, but Guru Gobind Singh was not a Sadguru. He was a Yodha, not a Guru also, a Mahaguru, but a Yodha. He had come for that Karya. But Guru Nanak's state is, and then some modern people in Samaj are trying to alienate Guru Nanak from the militant movement of Guru Gobind Singh. Very wrong. He will always remain the Sadguru. And the Mahaparam Sadguru of everyone, the Yogi Christ of India and the direct emanation of Shiva Goraksha, and Shiva himself is Yogi Sri Chandra. How many of you have heard of Yogi Sri Chandra, the son of Guru Nanak? Put your hands up. Was this suppressed here in Punjab? Isko suppressed kiya gaya because of the yogic sampradaya? Yog ko hi suppressed kiya gaya. I mean, your greatest yogi, who even people in America and Australia नाम सुनते रोंगटे खड़े हो जाते हैं जिनके, जिसने एक्सीडेंटली योगी श्री चंद्र जा रहे थे, एक गधे को लात लग गई और गधा उठ के खड़ा हो गया, उसको जिंदा कर दिया, उसको मृतक को जिंदा कर दिया। एक डेड पेड़ था, वो पेड़ को गलती से पैर लग गया और पेड़ उग गया, हरे पत्ते आने लगी। कौन है? भगवान नहीं तो कौन है? योगेश्वरी चंद्र was the yogi of yogis. When I go, I only go to one Gurudwara here, Yogi Shri Chandra's Gurudwara. वहाँ धुनी है, नाथ योगियों का बसेरा है, अभी भी डेरा है उनका, और आते हैं बैठते हैं। जब मैं था कर तो सब लोग थे, आप लोग अवेयर नहीं थे, मैं था, इसलिए जब वो हवन कर रहे थे तो मैंने उसलिए हवन नहीं किया। कोई काफी सीनियर लोग थे, but they come very subtle, sometimes we cannot see them. हाँ, मैं क्या एक और प्रश्न किसी का होगा?
My mind stays in a dreamlike state sometimes for many years, like as if I've taken some intoxication or something. I mean, like it's can't explain, like it's like not like in a different world, as if I've taken some intoxication or something.
Firstly, I can't hear you. Secondly, your question is a personal question. You have hogged the last question, which should be very universal and very good. I will answer your question later. I do not know what you mean. Do Kriya Yoga. Are you coming to Kriya Yoga tomorrow?
Yeah.
Then it will be solved. Next question. Yes. It better be a good one, huh? No, you don't. Yours is not such a good one. What is yours? Yours is also not so good. Yeah, अच्छा question. How days? कैसे समझ लिया कि your question will be better than theirs? How did you think? Okay, let's have a try. Come on. Let's have a try with your question.
If the goal is to drop the mind.
Huh?
If the goal is to drop the mind.
It's a what?
If the goal is to drop the mind.
It's a goal.
If the goal is to drop the mind.
If the goal is to drop the mind. Okay, we don't drop the mind, but anyway, if the goal is to drop the mind.
What use is the mind? Is there a purpose for mind?
What is the purpose of the
What
mind?
is the purpose of the mind?
If the goal is to drop the mind, what use is the mind? What's the purpose of the mind?
The purpose of the mind is to be mindful. To be mindful means fill it with one object of concentration, and the mind is a very useful thing, and everybody must use their mind when they are in a state of mindfulness. But when they evolve and grow out of the mind, they can get to soulfulness. And from mindfulness to soulfulness, when they evolve from that, after many, many years or lifetime, they can get to consciousness, which is God. So the mind is a very useful thing. But here we are talking about the purification and the evolution of the mind. You know, the mind is not dropped. The mind is transformed into intuition of buddhi. Then you become a buddhi sattva. And when the mind is transformed to intuition, and intuition is transformed into spirit, buddhi. So manas merges into buddhi, and buddhi merges into atma. Atma, father, intuition or buddhi, mother, and manas, mind, is the son, the child. So when atma, buddhi, manas go one into the other, then the goal is achieved and called samyam. You are in a state of perfected mind, where you know all at once what's happening in the world. And you feel that you're breathing in the trees, you're flying with the birds in the sky, you're the clouds in the air, you're the ocean waves, you can be aware of everything. That is a perfected mind. But then that mind also has to melt ultimately. That mind also has to melt ultimately and go into divine consciousness, which people variously call God, Allah, Ishwar, the Lord God, Bhagwan, reality. It has to go into that. All-pervading consciousness. So mind has its part to play, and I'm not saying that you should drop the mind prematurely. Over many, many years, as you drop the mind and it stops functioning, a new essence will take its place, where you have to read with the mind first. When the intuition takes place, you will know what's in the book before you read it, or you can just see it and know the whole page. Then things will, whatever you wish for will come to pass. So you develop as a human being. Your mind develops into God. It's an evolution. ये जरूरी था ना, this was a missing link. ये समझाना जरूरी था. क्यों?
Yes.
नीले शर्ट वाले पीछे. हाँ पूछो. You people at the back. Okay, he still feels this is the best question. Chalo.
Gurunath, in Wings to Freedom, you have talked about avataric consciousness and nirvanic consciousness. And you said Lari Master and Sai Baba were same as nirvanic consciousness. What does it mean? Is it the same soul?
Lari Baba and?
Lari Master and Sai Baba as same as at nirvanic consciousness level?
Avataric consciousness.
Avataric consciousness.
Yeah.
So
I didn't say nirvanic consciousness.
Okay, what does it mean? Is it like the same soul, or is it what's the difference between these two consciousness? Really?
The consciousness is there remains a slight film, because in Avatru is he who comes back again. Ayataro. And for him to come back, he must have a thin film of light. And the nirvanic consciousness has no light. It is indescribable, unlimited, because it doesn't come back. So that is a higher state. The absolute kaivalya. Nirvan Niranjan Moksha. Nirvan Niranjan Moksha. Nirvan Niranjan Moksha. Chalo. Abhi we get to the next phase. We are getting to the experience.
Your valuable thought is requested, sir, on this sentence. Silence is not just an act. Silence is not just an act, rather a virtue full of impact.
Silence is not just an act, rather a
virtue full of impact.
Full of impact.
Full of impact.
Okay. What is the impact?
Yes. Your valuable thought is.
You see, I went to one Buddhist session, some silence there. Some better than more. They were all silent. They were having a silent retreat. Vipassana Thai, if silent retreat. When I went in, I heard so much of noise there that I ran out, crashing of big trees and thoughts. Their thoughts were full on. They were just silent here in the mouth, but they couldn't control the mind. That is not silence. That is not silence. Because the mind was running hither, thither and everywhere. The true silence comes within, without. From within it becomes without. It's the silent spring. It is a thought-free awareness. Still mind. Still. So that has to be, I will show you what the silence is. But even if one person is silent, he can silence a million people who are tuned to him at the same time. That I am prepared to show you. Any time, any day, any night. I am ready all the time. But why aren't other people showing you who you think to be your gurus or sadgurus? Isn't it their duty to tell you the truth and tell you that unless your mind is absolutely still and free of any thought, you cannot progress in spirituality? Has anybody told you that? No. So today is your lucky day. एक भी विचार नहीं चाहिए चिदाकाश में. Now we come to the first stage. Now what is the program? What should we do? Are we to give them a break of 5 or 10 minutes, or we just continue? Huh? Isn't there a human element or something?
It's 7:45.
Huh?
It's 7:45.
Are you ready? Yes. Okay, now I am going to give you the prana path. I'm going to breathe through your breath. I have come to serve you, not to lord upon you or show my superiority. I have come to be a good server of humanity, a good servant of humanity. Therefore, please cooperate with me. In order to feel this, you have to drop all inhibition and armor. You know what is inhibition? All your mental strings and straps and conditions. Please relax. Now you will be looking at me and breathing, or closing your eyes and breathing. आप देखोगे तो अच्छा रहेगा. आप सामने बैठोगे. If you sit in the front, it will be better. You want to sit down. That's the best, homely. You can shift a little back. You will get my impact. To this side. Bas. So, in a nutshell, you are breathing now, all of you. I will clap. आप अच्छी बैठी थी चेयर पे, आपको still. I will clap. You are breathing naturally, gently. I will clap with a sound. The moment I clap, आपका जो breath है वो लंबा हो जाएगा. Your breath will become longer and deeper. Do you understand? But for this, you do not have to let your mind interfere. Just sit feelingly, feeling the breath and focusing on me. Even if your eyes closed, focus on me. Focus on the sound. The moment my sound hits your ears, your breath will become longer, richer and deeper. जिस क्षण में मेरा जो आवाज है, जो साउंड है, वो ध्वनि आपके कानों पे पड़ेगी, तो आपकी जो नॉर्मल सांस है उससे एकदम लंबी हो जाएगी. And you will feel that you are breathing with more freedom, because my breath is breathing through your breath. My breath is breathing along your breath. Has everybody understood? Any questions? Do not let your mind interfere. अरे ये क्या करेगा? कैसा होगा ये? अरे मैंने क्या आता है? ये बकवास है. Say it later, man. बकवास अनुभव काहे को खराब कर रहे हो? Put your smart mind aside. Put the stupid mind aside for a thing. This is a higher than mind. In this case, your mind is stupid. In normal day-to-day case, your mind should be worshipped. It's a good thing. So put your mind aside, keep a open body language. I'm going to do it more than once. संवेदनशीलता रखो, connect with me. Golden Great Bridge, आपके और मेरे हृदय में एक रेनबो का ब्रिज है, इंद्रधनुष्य का सेतु है. कनेक्ट कीजिए. आप श्वास लीजिए. All those people who are watching on the live TV also, who are not in Chandigarh, please tune in and connect with me with the Rainbow Bridge. Relax, drop all inhibition. और जब मैं साउंड करूंगा उसके बाद सांस बंद मत करना, सांस लेते रहना. When I clap, don't stop breathing. Keep breathing, that your breath will become longer, richer and deeper. I. Ready? Come on, breathe. The prana is entered, the breath is longer. Very good. वेरी गुड. लेते रहो सांस. मेरा प्राण आपके श्वासों को लंबा बनाएगा और आसानी से आप लंबी सांस लेते रहेंगे. धीरे धीरे लेना, मगर लंबी हो जाएगी सांस. इस लंबी सांस से कष्ट दूर हो जाएंगे, जरा जन्म बुढ़ापा नष्ट होते चला जाएगा। ये सद्गुरु के प्राण, सद्गुरु का चैतन्य प्राण आपके प्राणोश्वास में मिल गया है। आप श्वास नीचे लीजिए, आंखें खोल के रिलैक्स कीजिए। अब मैं फीडबैक ले रहा हूं, थोड़ी भी क्यों न हो। जब मैंने ध्वनि की, आप सांस ले रहे हैं, हाथ ऊपर कीजिए, किसकी सांस लंबी हुई। रेज द हैंड्स whose breath lengthened. Very good. Right up in the middle. I can't see the hands. Right up. That's almost 10% of the people. Would you like to show this hands up on the, turn the camera? Put your hands straight up, please. I'll give you a toffee for not bending your elbows. Elbow ये जो pony bend ये मत करो, सीधे रखो। स्कूल से आदत पड़ी है बेंड करने की। हाँ सीधा। हाँ चलो ये और everybody receive the transmission of the lengthening of the breath. Pranapath. धन्यवाद। Om Namah Shivaya. Give yourselves a hand. That means you are all. सद्गुरु कैसे पहचाने? वो कह दिया कि जैसे लगे क्या कि जैसे मैं घर आ गया, तो आनंद होगा तब सद्गुरु पहचानेंगे। और जब सांसें सांस में से चलेंगी तब, ये तो एडवांस्ड हो गया ना जरा थोड़ा ज्यादा। क्या ये किताबों में नहीं है कि जब गुरु आपके सांसों से सांस चलाएगा तो उसे सद्गुरु मानो। बट इज दिस नॉट मोर वैलिड देन द फर्स्ट स्टेटमेंट? ऑल ड्यू रिस्पेक्ट्स टू द साधु संत हु हैव सेड इट, बट मैं ये जो कह रहा हूँ, इज दिस नॉट मोर टैंजिबल, मोर वैलिड? और इसके बाद भी यदि आप न आओ और न मानो तो फिर भाई आप भले, आपकी किस्मत भली। इससे और क्या करेंगे? माँ तो स्पून फीड करती है, द मदर स्पून फीड्स द चाइल्ड एंड स्पॉइल्स इट। आई एम नॉट स्पून फीडिंग यू, आई एम स्पून लिविंग यू, स्पून ब्रीदिंग यू। इट्स वे डीपर। The mother takes the horse to the water but cannot make it drink. I take the horse to the water. I become the horse. I become the water. And myself as horse drinks myself as the water, and we are one. ये अलग चीज है, समझने की कोशिश करो। तो जो ये कर सकता है वो सद्गुरु है। आप पूछ सकते हैं कि बहुत लोग आते हैं चंडीगढ़ में, नहीं साधु संत बहुत आते हैं, टीचर्स, महान लोग, महान आत्मा आते हैं, उनका कार्य नहीं होगा सद्गुरु का, उनका कार्य अपनी साधना करना होगा। तो सब अच्छे हैं, सबके पास जाओ, मगर मैंने आपको लिटमस, आई हैव टोल्ड यू द लिंच पिन, द लिटमस टेस्ट ऑफ द सद्गुरु। इज दैट फेयर इनफ? राइट? यस।
मेरा था कि अगर किसी को मेडिकली प्रॉब्लम हो, नाक की हड्डी के बार टेढ़ी होती है, तो डीप ब्रीथिंग में ऑब्स्ट्रक्शन वो रहती है, वो आप इस स्टेज पर भी रहेगी। आप
क्या होती है? क्या
नाक की हड्डी कई बार टेढ़ी होती है जी।
हाँ,
तो उसकी वजह से डीप ब्रीथिंग में रुकावट पड़ती है।
नहीं, कोई रुकावट नहीं है। भगवान ने मुंह दिया है, मुंह से ब्रीथ करो। मुंह से सांस लेते हैं ना अपन, दौड़ लगा तो मुंह से सांस लो, और वो हड्डी वड्डी ठीक हो जाती है। फिर बाद में करो, तो शुरू तो करो। What are you? You are all a bundle of vibrations, and by the proper willpower you can change the vibrations of your body. You are not what you were yesterday. The vibrations have changed. जैसे नदी बहती है, कल की नदी आज की नदी का, कल की नदी आज नहीं है बह रही, वैसे कल की तुम आज नहीं हो। There are many atomic and subatomic changes of vibrations which have taken place. समझे आप? तो इसको आप मास को एनर्जी में कन्वर्ट करो, क्रिया योग से एनर्जी को लाइट में कन्वर्ट करो, और लाइट को कॉन्शियसनेस में कन्वर्ट करो। Because matter can neither be created nor destroyed, it can only be transformed. But very few know that matter can also be transformed to be the footstool of the Lord. And through the feet of the Lord, you can get into His grace and become one with the Lord. You can become one with God. If you didn't know it now. मैं जो बोलता हूँ वो करके दिखाता हूँ. Am I right? सांसों से सांस लेके नहीं, तो फिर आत्मा से आत्मा भी लूंगा, आत्मा से आत्मा को भी दूंगा. कल मैं शिवपात का प्रयोग करूंगा. मैं जैसे आपको प्राणपात दिया, मैं शिवपात दूंगा. जो मेरा चैतन्य आत्मा है, वो आपके चित्त में प्रवेश करके आपके चित्त के. Today I have given you pranapat, my breath. Sir, did you get the breath? Were you able to feel the breath? Were you able to feel the breath?
Yes.
The gentleman who asked about the mind, the usefulness of, you could feel it? Yes, distinctly. आप सरदार साहब आप फील कर सकते थे? Very good. आपकी परंपरा है, बड़ी दुख की बात है. पंजाब had one of the richest परंपराs of योग. और जिन लोग हम भी admire करते हैं कि one of the greatest yogis, of course, Yogi Sri Chandra was God incarnate. शिव गोरक्षनाथ की incarnate थे, मगर रांझा जो थी, he was one of the greatest inspirations in yogis and still inspires the spirit of yoga in Punjab. But due to some bigoted people, the beauty of the yoga sadhana and the Sufi mysticism and the Bhakti mysticism has been taken away from Punjab. But one of the most beautiful places. अभी भी उसके shades of breeds, आप गांव में जाओ, आप देखोगे, कांगड़ा में जाओ, you will see the beautiful grace of all this. ये आपका धरोहर है, ये आपका हक है योग करना. It is your birthright. तो आपने सांस ली, फिर आपकी सांस लंबी हुई. You took your breath, right? And I clapped, your breath became long. This time I will clap, your breath will become long. Then I will tell you, leave breathing, and then I will clap again, and still your breath will move. Shall we try that? Where you are not breathing at all, only I am breathing? Or is it taking it too far? Huh?
Carry on.
Carry on. आपको मिल गया आसानी से, आपको मिला ना, ब्रेथ, लॉन्ग ब्रेथ मिला ना. Carry on. हम है ही आपके चरण के दास, चरणों के दास हैं. आप तो हुक्म कीजिए, आप तो हुक्म कीजिए. Carry on. I like that. He is not at that level, but it's a sense of entitlement. उनको लगता है कि he commanding the Sadguru. Carry on. भगवान ही बोला होगा, बाबा जी बोलो, बोल सकता है. चलो फिर से करते हैं. सांसों की माला से सिमरू में पीका नाम. सांसों की माला से सिमरू में पीका नाम. Okay, the relaxed body mind. स्वर्गीय संगीत है ये. ऐसा कर लीजिए आप सब लोग, एक एक फोन लगा दीजिए, उसके बाद में देखूंगा. अच्छा अलार्म है, आपको जाना है फिर करना. अच्छा और मैं कर रहा हूँ. अब सांस लीजिए. अब इंद्रधनुष से connect heart to heart with me with the rainbow and do the breathing and be ready. Don't let your mind interfere. Do not sit thinkingly. Relax and sit feelingly. भावना प्रधान होके बैठो.
Eyes closed.
You can keep eyes closed or open because I am a simple person. I will give it to you in any case. Even if you stand on your head, I will still give you the long breath. Because that is my nature. I am just giving, it is my nature, I don't make any extra effort. Whatever I make is to spoon feed you and give you. Make sure that you get it. Okay, ready? Form the rainbow bridge between your heart and my heart. Drop all mind and tension. Be relaxed and feel your breath. Feel the difference. Do not sit thinkingly, sit feelingly. Bhavna pradhan hoke. Like a child of 5, become a child of 5 and breathe. Ready? अच्छा आप सांस लेना छोड़ दो अब मैं ताली और बजाऊंगा और फिर भी आपकी सांस चलेगी नाउ स्टॉप ब्रीदिंग एंड स्टिल just let the breath be normal stop the will to breathe and I'll do the second sound ready see your breath will still move in spite of you not willfully breathing very good very good. Some will feel the breath moving, some will breath will stop and the energy will move in the spine. Some both the breath and the energy will be felt depending upon your sensitivity. Oh, okay, relax. Open your eyes. Acha, now, the first time when I clapped, whose breath became long, rich and long, raise your hands. Okay, put your hands down. Now, when I told you second time, stop breathing. पहले तो आप ऐसे सांस ले रहे थे, right? You were breathing. And when I told you stop, you left the breath. How many people left the breath normal? Raise your hands. Okay, put your hands down. Then in that normal state, when I clapped, then how many felt the willful breath start again? Raise your hands. Now this is very, very good. That you are not breathing. Guru Nath was breathing through you, right? I give yourselves a hand. अब मैंने आदि तो क्रिया की दीक्षा आज ही दे दी है आपको. But I am keeping the samadhi, the prana path and the samadhi avastha. Come share my samadhi. Tomorrow I will share with you my samadhi. अब ना बनी तो फिर ना बनेगी अब न बनी तो फिर न बनेगी अब न बनी तो न बनेगी ठाट पड़ा रह जाएगा सब चल पड़ेगा बंजारा जब ठाट पड़ा. So he says, if you can't make it now, if you can't take the wave on the high tide, you will flounder in the low tides your whole life. So take it in the high tide when the Sadguru comes. He is not an everyday event. Ab sab kaam chhod ke, leaving all your work, take this science of Kriya Yoga. It is very vital for your life and livingness and quality of a happy and joyous life. So if you can't make it now, then you'll never make it then. Ab na bani to फिर न बनेगी अब न बनी तो न बनेगी ठाट पड़ा रह जाएगा सब. All your wealth and name and fame will be laid waste, and in your palaces and towns and mansions the crows will be crowing with everything desolate and gone, but you as the spirit of your soul will go hungry. Do not waste this precious body. Utilize it as a launching pad to reach God. ठाट पड़ा रह जाएगा सब चल पड़ेगा बंजारा जब. बंजारा यानी a soul, हंस, जीवात्मा. So जब time आएगा and he leaves the body, all your material wealth will lie waste. So what are you, oh foolish soul, foolish being? You're gloating over your material money and wealth. Leave it and seek the path of reality and truth, where you will get eternal peace. Because all your material wealth will lie waste when the swan of the soul flies out of the body, but not liberated because you missed the opportunity. So if you can't make it now, then you won't make it then. So take the opportunity, because all wealth will be like waste. Know the distinction between reality and duality. This is my message to you, and with this, my blessings to you, I conclude this satsang. Please remain seated. Brahmarpanam, Brahma Havira Brahmagno, Brahmanahutam, Brahmaiva Tayana Gantavyam, Brahma Karma Samadhinam, Swaha.